Hey guys, it's Ken Scott, Senior U.S. Immigration Law Intelligence Analyst with www.usentryWaiverServices.com, and we resolve all of your USA border crossing issues. Sorry about that, I had to get the phone. Anyway, today is January, I think 21st, 2023, Saturday. So I'm at the Burnaby office. This video has to be made because some of you guys out there have these waivers pending. You guys don't seem to understand what waiver processing at CBP means. Waiver processing at CBP means the U.S. Customs and Border Protection, the ARO, is processing your waiver application. Now, if they're processing your waiver application, there's a high degree of probability they will not have it done in 1 day or 1 week. So what that means is you guys need to understand it takes time with the American government. Now, timing depends upon the situation. If you stole a car at 19 and now you're 40, then that may not take as long to process. But if you have something where someone has an offense for molesting little boys, little girls, that may take up to 2 years. When you look at all the background checking, assessments, et cetera. So guys, guys is gender neutral, male, female. But you guys need to remember that all this stuff is a case-by-case basis. Let me say it again. Case-by-case basis. So you guys got to stop going online, stop going to these places saying how long will it take to process for CBP to process your waiver? No one on this planet knows. It just depends. And the sooner you guys understand that, the better off you'll be. Not to mention the fact that with this waiver processing, hopefully now you guys have finally figured out that the e-safe is and was a scam regarding processing. It does not speed up waiver processing. I said that in 2019, and you guys are finally seeing it now. It does not speed up processing. Again, it's case-by-case basis. Some may be faster, some are slower. That's why they use paper or electronic. I put out a call to CBP, just some associates I had back there, and other government agencies, and I posed this question to them. And we had a good laugh on the phone, and I had some wine, and the person I spoke to, he had some tequila he was doing, and his Bacardi, Bacardi. Even him and I, we go way back, and he's at CBP, and he's in the adjudications department, him and some other people I know. But the point is, when I posed this question, he laughed and he said, Scott, he called me Scott, come on now, what do you think? I said, bro, I know. I said, you would not believe these people who think that this is faster. And he says, well, yeah. And he did say, we are under a mandate to try to push this e-safe system. But he told me, it does not speed it up. But one interesting thing he did say was that apparently with this electronic version, the cases are on their computer screen for the people who use the e-safe. So they're getting more cases of eye strain there at the ARO, which means that I better keep this with me. What that means is because they getting more eye strain, you got more people taking time off, more medical issues, whatever. Vacation time and some other political stuff going on there I won't get into. I fully get where he's coming from. But the point is the processing has been slowed down anyway. For the section of CBP where they send the reports on the different encounters, etc. And I'm purposely saying it like this so the discount waiver companies cannot use any of this reverse engineer and try to keep the lights on. But for that section that sends the reports of other things, I will just say, that section had been undermanned / quasi shut down during COVID. So they've been reassigning a bunch of personnel to different areas to try to catch up on various things. And They also have a waiver backlog now, and the fact that COVID restrictions are lifted, so more people are traveling. More people are traveling. So it's longer for CBP to process these applications. So right now they seem to be averaging that thing doesn't write whatsoever, to 6 months or longer. Let me say it again. They seem to be averaging, again, case by case, 4 to 6 months or longer. That's whether you use paper or e-safe. We've already put content out when we interview clients who went other places and got bent over the table. They've used e-safe and it's taken them up to a year. I probably should not say this, but one of the gentlemen in the video that we did in August, he used e-safe his very, very first time. The place he went, the gentleman bent him over the table. I know the gentleman well. I won't say the gentleman's name. It's someone on the West Coast here in the USA. That's all I will say. And that particular lawyer bent him over the table and did his case 1 month after the guy. I will just say this was discovered to be in trouble. I'll just say it like that. And then what happened is that guy's case took 2 years and he got his denial. So the guy went down in August. It was my opinion that he should wait longer, but he did not want to. So I said, okay, well, if you don't want to, but I'm telling you, in my opinion, it might be good to wait a bit longer. But he did not want to wait. So that's another story. His is still pending. Other two gentlemen in that video, they've gotten their waivers already. One was a 5-year, the other guy got a 1 year. And we went down August 18, 2022, in that video. And I may even put the link in the description for this one. And so 2 out of those 3 guys got their waivers. Another gentleman applied for a waiver in July 2022. He had trafficking, and he just got his about 2 weeks ago. The gentleman in the radio show that got his denial, his took 8 months. And like I said, he got bent over by a discount waiver company back east. And he used the e-safe. So you guys need to understand whether you use e-safe or paper, they take as long as they choose to take to process your case. They are not going to speed up for you, for me, for anyone. So you guys need to get some patience is the point of this video. Get some patience. This stuff is not going to be fast for you. And I hate to say this, but if you bought a ticket without getting your approval, whose fault is that? It's not the fault of CBP. That's your fault. And people say, well, Ken, the prices were cheaper. That's fine. They were cheaper. Just imagine this is the ticket. This is the ticket you just purchased. What good will this ticket do if you don't have your approved waiver in hand? This is worthless. So you just may as well, you've taken your money, toss it in the toilet or the bin. But I mean, it's your money. You can do what you want with it. But I mean, it's like common sense 101. Don't book your travel or plan to travel, whatever, if you got all your ducks in a row, which means your approved waiver. And will it cost you more money? Good chance. But you know what? That's part of life. You're going to you have to suck it up. That's part of life. And we had another gentleman. Trying to think if I should even bring this one up. He's of that millennial, no, not even millennial, he's Gen Z. And a lot of Gen Zs have the habit of they want everything in a little neat, tight, little, small box where they can check it and feel safe. The world doesn't work like that. But the point is, his waiver is about to be submitted, not by us. The person he went to, I know fairly well. And from what the gentleman told me, the case was done, it's done incorrectly. The lawyer that did that case is done incorrectly. And he's going to get denied. I already know he's going to get denied. But I have to walk a tightrope where he's already retained someone and I don't want to really get involved with that. And I told him 300 times, I don't want to get involved. He says, but, okay, but one question. So finally I get to a point after the 3rd call. I said, you need to talk to your lawyer about your thing. I said, I have nothing to do with it. So hopefully he's gotten the message now, but he will get a denial. And if he's watching this video, he knows who I'm referring to. Because the way it was done, it's not done correctly. So he will get a denial. One of the biggest reasons why he's going to get a denial is the letter of explanation is critical in these waiver/border cases. That's why we write the letter of explanation, because when you were a former American or former law enforcement officer or federal officer for the American government or in Washington State, whereas I was both, you know how the system is going to view this case. You know the procedures, the techniques that they're going to utilize in order to get this clear, or in order to adjudicate the case. So you kind of have an idea what's going on, and you know the best way to approach it based upon having the prior experience. To hell with what a law book says. This is how it works in the field. And I ran into this so many times when I worked in the system, because when I got transferred to the feds and they were saying, well, the book says this, I told my supervisor, I don't give a flying flamingo. I didn't say flamingo. I don't give a flying flamingo what the book says. I'm telling you, this is how it works in the county. This is how it works in the system. And we butted heads a bit, which I often do with managers because they don't like my mannerism. Apparently I have too much arrogance, which that's something they have to deal with. They had to suck it up. But anyway, the point is, in his case, he made me, we were only allowed to write certain a small number of reports for incidents. And I've touched upon this before, I won't bore you guys with it. But the point I'm getting at is, all this stuff is tied into the federal bureaucracy. The 4 to 6 month waiting period or more to get cleared. The techniques they use to adjudicate these cases, they will not tell you, but we know. And my brother told me when I do the videos, I always try to ensure that I'm looking at the camera. I have a habit of looking in the middle of the screen. So that's kind of why if you guys see my eyes going up and down, I'm not a Cylon. So this is not Battlestar Galactica, but it's just I keep reminding myself to look right there as opposed to there. But it's just a natural thing that I do. So anyway, to get it back to that. So again, the point of this video is you guys got to get patient, get some patience regarding the processing time for these waivers for once it's submitted. And you guys see these discount waiver companies online and lawyers as well, telling you guys, oh, it's guaranteed you will get an approval in 40 days. You guys believe that? You guys are extremely foolish, to say the least. If I can say it in a polite way. There's no way on this planet anyone can guarantee you are going to get approved in 40 days or less, or even get a decision in 40 days or less. No one can guarantee it because, like my buddy told me there, he said when it comes in, it gets assigned to an officer for adjudication and processing, yada, yada. Each officer is different. He says some of those officers are good. They got a couple of slackers there, he explained. And I'm not going into too much detail. If I do, and the ARO is watching this, they just might figure out who I'm referring to. So I'm kind of careful how I explain the call that we had. Because I don't want, these people getting in trouble, because they're really good people. I mean, they're just people we known for years. We used to hang out at the nightclub all the time, the bar, and back in the day, hey, we go to the bar with our gear on, and the birds walk in there. I got my bling and shades on, and he got his gear on, and the other two people who are there have their gear on. We all walk. We just stand around, and birds come up to us, yada yada, chat us out, and etc. But I don't want to go into that because this video is on U.S. waiver processing time. But suffice to say, those relationships that you've had in the past, like business and friendship and acquaintances, that stuff carries forward. So when you've left one agency or whatever, you still have friends who have friends there. So even when these people, and I'm not saying if they're male or female, you guys know one's a guy, but there's others there. Once these people leave, they still have friends there who are friends there. So for us, it's going to be pretty much a never-ending change. So that way we're good. And that's also why we charge the prices we do, guys, because we know from the inside what they're doing and how it's being done and what they're looking for. And the price is what it is. This video is kind of also touching upon that because we've had some people call, and when we quote them the price, some of them have sticker shock. And I said, well, this is why. I mean, it is what it is. And they get it. One gentleman called in and he wanted, I think it was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. Was it yesterday or Thursday? He wanted us to only do the paper part of the application. He said, oh, I've got this, I'll say it because maybe I shouldn't say it. He has this one conviction, I would just say, and he wanted us to do the paper part because he said, well, I got everything. I had waivers for such and such years, and it's just a simple case you got. I said, sir, we don't do it that way. We do all or nothing. And I said, he said, what does that mean? I said, well, we do all or nothing. So we don't just do the paper part, we do the complete thing. And long story short, he said, do you have anyone you can recommend? And I said, no. I said, we don't do that. I said, because we're the best, number one. But in general, we don't do that anyway. We don't recommend. It's just our policy. So he wanted to only pay $200 or $300 just for someone to do the paper. And I said, no. Another bird, see, when do we have that snowstorm here? That was, I think that was about 2 months ago. She got referred to me and she wanted the same thing done. Now, she's from Toronto. And she wanted someone to just do the paper portion of the application. She could do the rest. And I told her no. Now, she argued with me on it. She argued with me back and forth. Typical. I almost said something else, but typical bird. She was arguing back and forth because I would not, well, not just me, because we would not do what she wanted. She wanted only the paper part done. And I said, no, we don't do that. So, so she's gone. So, I don't know, in this position, you just see so many things happening, right? So many things. But the bottom line is this. Waiver processing is averaging 4 to 6 months or more, depending upon the situation. So I'll say it again to you guys, because some of you guys don't seem to get the message. Waiver processing at CBP is averaging 4 to 6 months or longer, depending upon the situation. Now, at an office in London, over in England, now that one is only for visas, which we also do visas as well. We even do some work visa applications as well, so etc. So it's not just waivers we do other stuff too. Because some people we can get cleared without actually waivers. That's a different process. I won't go into that. But the point is, even that office there, I mean, that office is slow. So I am not there. I've got someone there now, a good person there. So he's the one handling that. You guys have seen him in the other video, heard his voice. The video from November 2019, when I was at the London office briefly. So that is what it is. But I'm at the Burnaby office right now. Anyway, guys, I don't want to bore you too much. But again, waiver processing times at the ARO right now, as of January 21st, 2023, they tend to be averaging 4 to 6 months or longer. Say it again, you may not be able to see it there. 4 to 6 months or longer. So when you guys call and say, okay, how long for a waiver? I'm just gonna say, you know what, go to our channel and check out this video. That seems to be the only way to get it through to you guys. Some of you guys still don't seem to get it. 4 to 6 months or longer after they receive the packet. Not before, after they receive the packet, depending upon the situation and why, because it's case by case. Again, because it's case by case. So we also do this video or these videos in general. So when we get these general questions, we just send guys the link, say, you know, let's watch the video. It saves time for, everyone. Anyway, Ken Scott, Senior, U.S. Immigration Law Intelligence Analyst with www.usentryWaiverServices.com. And that's for my closing to make sure I'm proper here. Brown brother got to make sure he's proper. So that's 888-908-3841 or 604-562-8140. And as I always say, in the words of my Vulcan colleague, live long and prosper. Why you should be denied entry to that country. So, if you're denied entry to the United States for criminality, maybe, I had a bar fight, or maybe you were accused of, I don't know, it's okay. You didn't do it. This is what you want to do. You may need a U.S. entry waiver. You may, or you may not. If you do, you want to use send it to Ken.com. Send it to Ken.com. And once you use send it to Ken.com, we can get you cleared to enter the United States. Does not matter what your conviction is, whether it's for or
nothing is
matter.
impossible.
Why? Because we're there. You need us.
Send it to Ken.com.
I gotta tell you folks, wait till Hulk Hogan comes out here. The roof is gonna come off the Bell Center here in Montreal. As the anticipation builds, you can feel it. The legendary Hulk Hogan is a heartbeat away